It's the final shout out. There will be no more shout outs. There will be no more streams. This is it, guys. It's the final stream. So enjoy. And of course that's sarcasm. This is not the final stream. I'm just having a little fun. Okay. There's the gold, and I really do think we need to mix some water into here. Really is nice that the weather is kind of shaping up for us now. It's nice and bright, which is good. I'm so tempted to get the soundtrack for Tetris Effect and play it on stream. I don't know what'll happen in terms of getting DMCA, but I really, really love that soundtrack, and I'd really love to play it while I paint and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, now that I shook that paint quite a bit, it's applying nicely, and I did thin it out, so it's kind of it's a little watery, but we're getting some decent coverage. And 2 coats should probably do it. When you brush on metallic colors, it tends to look different than if you were to just spray it. I think depending on the results that you want, like one method might be more appropriate. Like, to be honest, I think if I had access to an airbrush, that would be the way I would do it for in this case. It just applies like smoother, I guess. But in the absence of an airbrush, we're gonna be using what I have on me, which is horse hairs binded to a stick. And we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah, the soundtrack in Tetris Effect is so good, dude. Alright, so that's that. Let's get this now. Whew, I'm kind of getting paint on my hand. Yeah, we'll definitely do a second coating, but that's good enough for now. And yeah, this paint, like, you shouldn't really water it down too much, because it starts to separate, and the paint flakes, the metallic paint flakes start to kind of separate from the binding agent. But we'll apply a second layer. We'll apply a second layer, and that should be good. Was soundless lurking for a bit. Thank you for the shout out. Oh, no problem, Dory Moth. I just, I like to make sure that shout out everyone that comes in that also streams, and really do appreciate everyone that comes in. This is it. It's the last shout out. I'm done. There will be no more shout outs. There will be no more streaming after today for about a week. And I think so the plan was originally to just get a coating of gold that's nice and solid, and then just leave it at that, and let the kind of reflectivity of the gold do its work. And that's that. But the more I thought about it, I think we can kind of work on the gold a whole lot more and kind of make it pop and do some shadows and some highlights. And yeah, we might as well, right? We can do that. We'll do that, and then we'll see how it look. Shoutouts are unlurking everyone I see. Ah ha ha. I made you guys all unlurk. Come out of your hidey holes. But yeah, you're welcome. No problem. No big deal. I was just in the mood. But now I know the secret. I know the secret to make you all unlurk. I just have to literally call you out. What did you have for your meal? I don't know, what is it? Is it lunch or dinner there in Spain? Is it breakfast? No, it's not breakfast. Lunch? Dinner? I think it'd be dinner. Dorimoth, politeness will be our downfall. Sounds like a movie. Sounds like a movie for like a Canadian mass murderer that's just really nice. The Canadian. Politeness will be our downfall this summer. The Canadian. Ryan Reynolds in. He's Canadian, right? Yeah, he is. That should be the tagline. So it's like a horror movie, right? It'll be like a horror movie. And kind of like Candyman, you know how in Candyman, if you say his name like 5 times in a mirror, like he'll appear. So for the Canadian, if you aren't polite, like if you aren't polite, then he'll come and slay you. Vanilla, it was dinner. I made some spicy chicken burritos. Oh, spicy. Do you like spicy food? How does everyone feel about spicy food? I feel like I'm still a noob when it comes to spicy food, but I really like it. Like, I only within the last couple years have I really kind of gotten into spicy food. Sounds like a weird thing to say, but yeah, I really do enjoy spicy food. I feel like my spice tolerance has leveled up quite a bit. Was it last weekend? I was at Popeyes. That's a fried chicken place here in Canada and in the US too. Went to Popeyes and I ordered the ghost pepper wings, which, you know, if you asked me like 6 years ago, would I ever try that? I would be like, hell no. But this time I was like, yeah, let's try. And it actually wasn't too bad, ghost pepper wings. Dorimoth, in a world this summer, in a world of unkindness, the Canadian appears and politeness is going to kill you. Vanilla, I like spicy a lot with all caps. A lot. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason I started to get into spicy food, and I'm kind of addicted now. And I'm constantly trying to hype train. I'm constantly trying to order and try spicier food or spicier sauces, and it's going good so far. I haven't actually hit a wall where I'm like, I'm done. I can't take it anymore. I have to stop. Vanilla, I've eaten Carolina Reapers and ghost pepper sauces. Whoa. Yeah, I imagine both of those would be really spicy. Probably too spicy for me. The spiciest thing I've tried was like the ghost peppers, and that wasn't too bad. But before that, the hot sauce, like my main hot sauce was gosh, what was it? It was Scotch bonnet. It was a Scotch bonnet pepper, which was pretty good actually. It was hot. That was about like the hottest that I've had on a regular basis. And it was almost too much, but I liked it. Dormoth, I like medium spicy, but I have a weak mouth for it. Yeah, I feel like it's something that you kind of just level up, right? Like you constantly just keep trying spicy food and spicy sauces, and you just keep on trying and trying. And once you finish like the bottle, like your one bottle of like medium stuff, then you just level up and try the next bottle. It's like a video game. Your mouth is leveled up, and then you have to go find tougher challenges to get stronger. Your mouth needs to get stronger. It's fun though, I don't know. I like it. Let's get this gold. This is the knife. Dorimoth might remember this knife. I actually sharpened this knife. It was very blunt. It was like a super blunt knife, plastic knife, right? Like that's the... This is the other side of it, but the sharp side looked like that too. And I ended up sharpening it on stream to get to a point where it actually looks sharp. It's not sharp. But now we're painting it. Dorimoth, oh, you remember. Yeah. This is the knife. This be the knife. Does it have dust on it? I'm hoping when I come back from my trip I'll be really energized, and you know, hopefully I'll come up with some new ideas for the stream or YouTube, and can come back and we can really hit it hard and do some fun stuff. That'll be cool. But it'll also just be nice to relax and just not think about streaming and all of that crap too. Oh, did I read this already? Dorimoth, I remember the knife. Yep. Took like a good little while to sharpen it to that point. I don't know, I feel like I do really mundane things on stream, like I look at sticks and rocks and sharpen plastic knives. I think it's like really mundane stuff. So I'm always surprised how people stick around and come back. Come back for more of that knife sharpening, twig drilling action. Not gonna see that anywhere else on Twitch, everyone. But yeah, eventually I'd like to do more art drawing stuff. Eventually. We'll get to that. I also need to paint a backdrop. Like I bought some for photo taking purposes. I bought this big canvas and I want to cut it out of the frame and then just paint it like a bunch of swooshy wooshy colors. That's a technical term. A bunch of swooshy wooshy colors to act as a background for taking pictures of my models and stuff. I'd like to do that. Okay, we gotta clean this brush and get more gold. Gold! But before we do that, let's get more of this super cold pizza. I'm gonna mute my mic so you guys don't have to hear me chew. So my little guy here, who I think I'm gonna call him Sleepo, because like I said, I'm Epo and he's Sleepo. Let's put him on... Let's put him on this for the time being while I chew. He's just so excited. Okay, I'll be back from my chewing of my pizza. So give me 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I have chewed. I have chewed my pizza, and now I'm back. Let's continue painting gold. And yeah, this gold stuff, it's tricky. You wanna let's stop my guy from shaking so much. He's too shaking more. This is bouncy. Maybe we'll be bouncy now. Let's be bouncy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I was saying this paint, you kind of don't want to thin it out too much. You want it to have wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. You need to have a bit of body to this paint. You can't do it too thin. Otherwise, the little metallic flake particles will be too separate. But I think if I do 2 coats, it'll probably look good. We're just adding a little bit of water. A little bit of water. This again might be too thin, but we'll apply it. Yeah, I think it's too thin. Let's get more. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Like, the whole world of VTubers, PNG tubers, it's really interesting. And some of the stuff that people have made, like with like a real legit VTuber 3D model, it's really, really cool. And I think it's actually kind of like we're only just scratching the surface. There's a lot more creative things you could do with it. A lot of people just kind of stick to the anime thing, which is, you know, obviously makes sense. It's cool, looks good, but yeah, you could do a lot of different creative stuff with it. You could really get weird and do something kind of funky. And also, I find it really interesting how some of these VTubers, the ones that take it really, really seriously, they have what's the word I'm looking for? They have lore. Because, yeah, in some cases they have like a whole storyline and stuff. They're like a fully developed character and they have lore. Like, I'm a bubble tea demon, or I'm a mech pilot from the future. And it's like, whoa, okay, cool, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really impact like my enjoyment of the stream or the character or anything. It really comes down to the personality and stuff, but it's really interesting where all of this stuff converges, and everyone who's on board with it, they all kind of know that it, like, obviously they're not from the future, they're not demons, but it's just a fun thing to kind of buy into and what's the word I'm looking for, like a world to inhabit for a little bit. And then as it's been explained to me by the only person I know that's really into VTubers, Bacon. I don't think I'm exposing him by saying that. He's very public about enjoying VTubers, but he's explained to me that part of the appeal is very much like wrestling, professional wrestling, in the sense that everyone who's watching and observing, as I've said, they all are aware that there's somebody behind it, and it's fine, you know. But it's those moments where the character kind of breaks free, where the person behind it kind of breaks character, and even if it's for a tiny moment, you get to perceive just a small hint of what that real person is like. That's what a lot of fans of VTubers kind of enjoy, that aspect, which is interesting to me. Again, yeah, it's not a world that I know anything about. It's just something that I've kind of picked up on and I've seen and I've noticed, and that I've been told about. But it's interesting. And even for people that are not artistically inclined, I think that there's ways that you can create your own VTuber using like a generator of some kind. Like you can just like select a couple of sliders and options, and you can just do it that way or something. If you just want to use a basic kind of PNG tuber. And then there's, yeah, of course, it just gets higher and higher in terms of involvement, and then, yeah, up to like 3D models and hiring someone to make a 3D model and all of this stuff. It's really cool. It's pretty interesting. I mean, for me, I'm just really lazy, guys. That's the ultimate secret here, is that I don't really show my face on stream. You know, maybe someday I will, but yeah, I don't have a second camera. I guess I could set something up if I really wanted to, but I don't know, I'm just really lazy. I feel like I'd have to sort of make myself look like a presentable human being if I really wanted to do that every single time I streamed, which I'm just too lazy to do. It takes a lot of work to look like a normal human being. So I'm like, instead, let's spend a lot of time coming up with a PNG tuber, spend several weeks drawing sloths. Like I'll put the pictures up on Instagram later of all the different versions and drawings of sloths that I drew to finally come to this, which is funny. Like I don't know if it seems like a lot of work or not, but yeah, I ended up taking a lot of time just to draw this, and it was like, yeah, at the end of the day, it probably would have been just easier to just get up in front of the camera, but yep, I like doing things my own way, where my laziness makes me put in a whole lot more effort to get around the one thing, to the point where I could have just done the first thing and it would actually have been less effort. If that makes any sense. Yeah, we gotta get a second coating of this. Yeah, I can see that the gold parts have separated. The application is too thin, and it's kind of separating over there. I also saw like a 3D model of a dog, which I thought was really funny. Like, it's like a really realistic looking dog as a VTuber avatar. I was like, oh, I want that. Okay, I think it's time to change the music. Let's do that. What do we got? Let's just go right here. Let's just go with this. How long have we been streaming for? Oh, we're almost at the 3-hour mark, which is, again, my normal max limit. I turn into a puddle. If this sloth guy looks just like a puddle of fur, at the 3-hour mark, I tend to just turn into a real big pile of goo and mush. More so than this sloth already looks like. So we're gonna work for just a little bit more, and then we'll probably wrap things up. But as I'm working to get this final coat down, I'll just thank everyone for coming in and hanging out. I already did my shoutouts. I did my due diligence. Thank you everyone for coming in and hanging out with me. So I've been, oh crap, there's all this. Okay, I didn't notice all these gold parts. There's even more gold parts that I haven't painted. There's like 4 more things. So let's get these down, and then we'll wrap things up. But yeah, I've been streaming for just about, a year and a half now, a year and some change. And it's been a journey, it's been a trip, it's had its ups and downs, but I think on the whole, on the total balance of things, it's been really good for me. Just in terms of, oh, Dorimoth is gonna get going. Thank you for the stream and having a good vacation. Bye bye, says Vanilla. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Dorimoth. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I was just saying that streaming has been really good for me in terms of creating a bit of structure in my life, in terms of talking to people and stuff, without going too much into things. It's like, I've had my days. I've definitely had my days, my weeks, my months, even my years where things were not looking so good, to not go into, too many details. But streaming has been really good in terms of helping me in some way. So yeah, I'm just really glad to do that and to talk to all of you. It's been great. Adding some structure and some focus into my life. I mean, I would be doing this hobby stuff anyways. I'd be painting little metal things. I'd be painting frost giants. I'd be doing all of this stuff anyways. But doing it on stream has allowed me to really focus and get stuff done. Create a bit of structure, and I may have had I not been streaming, all of this stuff would probably just take forever to do. Because I'd just be like, yeah, I'll do it later, I'll do this and I'll do that, but I can hold off, I can do it all later. But doing it on stream makes it so that, it helps me get stuff done, which is cool. And again, just meeting people. I was going to say meeting like-minded people, but it's actually not, that's not it. What it is just meeting a lot of different people, That's great. I like that too. And say we have similar hobbies or similar interests, but it's not exactly overlapping. I think that's great, Like, I come from painting Warhammer models, and I've met a lot of people in the Gundam hobby. And it's just kind of fun, sort of the crossover and talking about different techniques and all of that stuff. And again, like, I, professionally, I'm an illustrator, an artist, but I've met so many interesting and cool artists here that I may not have ever really encountered had I not been on Twitch. So that's really cool. I guess what I'm saying is that I might even miss you guys while I'm gone. While I'm gone on my my little vacation, I think I might miss you guys. I might miss streaming. But I'll be around somehow on my YouTube and all of that stuff. On my YouTube and on Instagram and Discord. I'll be around. Yeah, this gold is looking pretty nice. It needs another coat though, for sure. It needs another coat, but it's not bad. This is old gold from Vallejo, and I think we can really get some interesting depth and effects with it if we add in a bit of bright gold to it too. It's Eddie! What's up, Eddie? How's it going? What's going on? What are you up to these days? How's that pool backdrop treating you? That pool. The sloth, yeah, you see the sloth. You see the sloth. So yeah, I'm about to leave for a trip. But before I leave for my trip, I was like, I really want to get this VTuber, sorry, not VTuber, this PNG tuber done. I've been working on more or less the drawing for it for a while, trying to settle on how it was going to look and the style of drawing and all of that. Been working on it and working on it, and I was like, it's time. We got to get this baby out and test it out before I take my trip. Eddie just got home from work. Nice. I'm either streaming or updating my stream today. Cool, cool. And you're loving it. Cool. Nice. I'm glad you like it. It's my chill sloth. I'm thinking his name is going to be Sleepo. Sleepo. So how are you liking DNF Duel, by the way? I know you're playing that. You're using a Grappler. I think Grappler might be one of the weaker characters from what I had seen. I was watching Yipes play. I think Yipes was using Grappler as well, and he was getting his caca pushed in. He was getting his shit pushed in by like every other character. Okay. I'm also glad that it looks like a sloth and that you understood that it was a sloth, because I was kind of worried about that too. Like, are people going to know what this thing is? Isn't the sloth you, though? His payouts are great. Oh, he's actually good? Okay. Maybe I just wasn't paying close enough attention. I mean, the sloth, is the sloth me? The sloth just might be an animal that tends to open his mouth and close his mouth at the same time I do. Maybe. I don't know. It could be me, but it could be another entity in its own right. I haven't really decided. Everyone wants to give it a name, which indicates that it's someone else. There's levels, man. It's deep. This whole VTuber thing. I mean, I know you're a hand tuber. You're a high level hand tuber. Hand tuber no jutsu. And you have to find the gaps, but since people are kind of easy to play, playing the pressure game is easy if you want to play smart. So Grappler is always at a disadvantage. Oh, okay. And he doesn't have projectiles, right? It seems like a lot of characters have projectiles, except for him. We need more gold, bro. Oh, okay, here we go. Uh-oh, wait for the future. Uh-oh. There's more. Eddie's always got plans. He's got plans on top of plans, that Eddie. Oh, by the way, Yowza Gaming was here a little earlier. I believe we met in your stream, but cool fellow, cool chap. He's from Chicago, which I just found out. It's pretty neat. He's asking some questions regarding painting. Papa. Eddie, I just have imagination. You have imagination. Imagination is a super powerful thing to have, though. You know what I'm saying? Man, there's so many people out there with zero imagination, and they just ride on the coattails of imaginative people. It's the imaginative people that should be getting all the success, and then there's the people out there that just take advantage of those with imagination. So get your money, make your money moves, I say. As I'm painting here, it's kind of thin, so sometimes there's like bubbles that form as we brush over some of the parts and some of the details, so I want to make sure that no bubbles are forming. And that's just one of those things that happens when I thin down the paint too much. We gotta get... I think this paint will dry flat. It kind of has a nice self-leveling quality to it. So I'm applying it thin. And it does look a little patchy, a little streaky, but once it dries, it'll kind of flatten out, I think. Eddie, yeah, man, I'm gonna send people who have questions about hand painting to me. Okay, well, I'll try. I'll try my best. I'll try my best to live up to the advice or to my reputation. I don't know. I'll try. You have a gifted hand, and plus you actually studied art, so you can explain things with more description. Yeah, I guess so. I'll try. I'll try. I'll tell you, man, sometimes even the instructors back at school, sometimes they weren't even good at explaining things. That was the funny thing. Because it's like, these instructors, they come from an art background, sometimes really, really artsy fartsy backgrounds and stuff. Or maybe they come from a tradesman background. Maybe their approach to art and or visual information and stuff was more of like a trade, right? Like a welder or something. And in both cases, it's like none of those would necessarily suggest that they would be good at teaching. They might be good at the thing that they're doing, at art or information design or whatever, painting, but they might not actually be good teachers. Sometimes some of them were good. I'm not saying that they were bad, but yeah, that's the funny thing, is that I encountered a fair few of teachers that just, it was just a job for them, right? And it was just a paycheck, They didn't really have a passion for teaching. And you can smell it a mile away, man. You can always pick up on that when a teacher's just doing this because it's a job. And in fact, a couple of times, I would want some help with a project. I would need some help for something. And I'd be like, I don't understand this. I don't know how to do this and that, right? And one time, this teacher was just like, well, if you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to do it. And I was so shocked. I was like, what? Aren't you the teacher? I'm coming to you for advice. I need actual help from you to help me do this thing that you're teaching us how to do. And she pretty much gave up on me, and I was like, what the hell? I was so pissed that night I actually went back home, went back to my place, and I just did the whole project over again, and I showed it to her and was like, there, this is better than the last thing I did. And she was like, yeah, it looks good. And she gave me a better mark, but that was it, I I needed instruction, and I don't know, she just didn't care. What the hell? What the hell? Papa, Eddie, all I say is I try stuff, and it works or it doesn't. Yeah. I mean, I feel that way too. I feel pretty good about just painting and drawing and just keeping, I just keep trying to the point where it'll work. I'll brute force it to work. Even in the instance that I just described, I was like, no one was freaking teaching me how to do this, so I just tried to learn it myself and just do it. Just keep trying. And then it works. Eddie, it is a trade. Yeah, that's the thing about the visual arts, is it's this weird thing where it's kind of in between a trade and something with more academic aspirations, to sound real artsy fartsy. That's the thing. Eddie, teachers who can't teach. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Eddie, but teaching styles to students are always different too. That's right. And yeah, there's definitely students out there that can pick up on things super quick, and they're like, hey, this is the project, this is what we got to do. Bing bang boom. And then the student is just off to the races. They just go and they can do it. And then there's other students that need a little more love, need a little more time. I might be that kind. Depends. It depends. A little more time to cook. Yeah. So man, I'm really tempted to pick up DNF Duel, but I'm kind of like shit. I need to also. I feel like I also want to play Grand Blue also, uh, or even Guilty Gear. There's like that one company has made so many games in such a small amount of time. It's like, oh, and then Dragon Ball. I haven't even played Dragon Ball. It's crazy. They make so many games. I mean, are they really that different from one another? It seems like Grand Blue is more easier, I guess. Uh, and then Guilty Gear might be a more challenging kind of game to learn. I don't know. I don't know. I keep hearing about how they made Guilty Gear more casual friendly too. Don't get Grand Blue, get DNF. Strive is good, and Grand Blue is meh. Oh, yeah. I think I heard that Grand Blue the online sucks, which is definitely a big no-no. Do you happen to know if those games are crossplay? Got a recently we finally got a PS5 after like I don't know 2 years or something. I think it's been out for about 2 years, and I just walked into the electronics store. I think in the U.S. you guys still have Radio Shack, right? In Canada, Radio Shack turned into a business called what? The Source. So I walk into the Source. I still like Radio Shack. I prefer to call it Radio Shack, but I was buying some things, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, just out of curiosity, how often do you guys get PlayStation 5s?" And the guy was like, "We actually have 6 right here, right now." And I was like, "Ooh, boy." And I was like, I can't actually afford one right now. So I might be back later. And basically, I told my brother, and we kind of decided it could be his early birthday gift. So we got a PS5. Woo! Under Night in Birth is good too. Oh man, I actually have wanted to play that for a long time as well, because the character designs look really neat. It kind of looks like, because I really like Persona Arena. Have you played that? Persona Arena, the fighting game. I really like that, and Under Night in Birth kind of reminded me of that, just because it's like a 2D anime fighter. Eddie, sadly not. Oh, not crossplay. But Guilty Gear might be? Oh yeah, maybe. No Radio Shack? Over where you're at? Oh, but you know of it at least. I'm pretty sure it's in America. Well, maybe on the East Coast or something. I used to love Radio Shack, and then they changed their name to The Source. And it was like, meh, I don't like The Source. Even though it's the same. That's an ancient thing of the past. Yeah, see, here in Canada, it's alive. It's still alive. It just goes by a different name. I believe in the States you guys had Electronics Boutique as well, did you not? That's still a thing here, but they got bought up by GameStop, and now for a good long while we kept up with the name Electronics Boutique or EB Games, but just recently they changed over all their names, all their businesses now. They're all just called GameStop, which I'm like, meh. I like the Electronic Boutique, even though it makes no difference. It's all the same. Okay. So we have sufficiently applied a coating of gold to everything. It's looking pretty nice, actually. I think I could get it to be a lot more shiny and reflective, but even right now, it's looking pretty nice. We can get another coating of it and it'll look good. But let's let that dry and we'll slap on another coat, and then maybe we'll do a wash. I'll have to go buy some. I can't. The words aren't coming out of my mouth, but I'm gonna have to buy some gloss brown ink, I think, to really make this look nice and shiny still. But I think it's looking pretty good so far. Like, if I just leave it like this, it's kind of like old gold. It's got this old gold look, but we can kind of make it look shiny, more shiny than it is. And some need like a second coating for sure, like this. You can still see like the brown black undercoat. So we'll get another coating of gold on top of that, and then it'll look really nice. But I'm pretty happy with it so far. I was kind of skeptical if it was gonna look good. But actually, yeah, this is my first time using this specifically. Vallejo model color, old gold, and I'm pretty happy with it. But I think I might be wrapping things up. So, just one more time to recap things for everyone. This is my last stream for the foreseeable future, for the next week or so. I'm going on a trip, and if anyone wants to sort of follow along with my adventures on my trip, you can check out my Instagram. I'm sure that Nightbot has linked my hobby and art Instagram. I'll be posting up some stuff there about like the things I see and the things I do on my trip. We're going out to the East Coast, and I'm very excited for that, and that's tomorrow. And in the meantime, actually, if you're still starving for Epo Dempsey Roll content, you can check out my YouTube. And again, I'm sure Nightbot has linked that, or you can find it in the comments or my About page, where I have scheduled videos to go up in the days that I'm gone. In some cases, I have 2 videos going up. They're usually just clips of my stream and stuff. But if you want to relive the magic, and some video game clips and stuff like that too. Eddie, ooh, trips, little vacay. Yeah. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And then when I get back, we're gonna hit up the hobby stuff. We're really gonna hit the hobby hard, and we're gonna make some changes to my channel. We're gonna put a hat. This is the main thing. This is the revolution. We'll put a hat on Sleepo here. We'll put a hat, maybe some sunglasses. Oh my goodness. But yeah, if you've made it this far, everyone, I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for Eddie for hanging out. Thanks to Not Slide and all the regulars. You guys know who you are. Dory Moth, Vanilla, Kentwan, Estrella, Night Trap, Ashwin, Bacon, blah, blah, blah. You guys know who you are. Thanks again for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. You know, we're going to stream. We're going to stream some more when we get back, and it's going to be great. I guarantee it. But it's time for a little vacay, as Eddie has put it. So I'll be gone for a little while, but you guys will be fine. I'm sure of it. I know you'll miss me. All right. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your 4th of July. And I'll see you guys next time. GG.